Is Behind My Back. That is the name of this song. How fitting, right, for what happened yesterday. Did you see what happened in New York City yesterday? Holy cow. Holy cow. A lot of speculation on why that was, and sounds like the guy was being invested for some insider trading. Hey, maybe he knew Nancy Pelosi. Maybe he knew the Clintons. Maybe he knew Bill and Hillary. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just speculating. There you go. Oh man. Man, a guy took one in the back. Yeah. No, they haven't caught him yet. They're still looking for him. We're going to talk a little bit about that because I knew, um, yeah, you have United Healthcare. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, man. He's from Minnesota, so he was just in town for an investor conference. He was staying across the street in a different hotel, and it was like 6:45 in the morning. So he was heading over to the conference and probably meeting with a lot of Wall Street people, a lot of finance type of guys, and boom shakalaka, holy cow. And I haven't seen the whole video. I saw, the cut off version where they stop it where it actually takes place, but it looked like James Bond. Where are Brits at today? Where are the Brits at today? It looked like a James Bond fiasco. Yeah. Um, I used to work for a cell phone company, so I knew January 6th, the first thing they would do would pull all the cell phone records because that's an easy way to determine who is there and where they're at. I mean, it's get with the digital signal now, it's pretty easy to pinpoint people within a cell site if it has any type of decent coverage. But then again, now this guy, they found a cell phone, a discarded cell phone. I suspect it's a burner phone, so he probably paid cash for it. But then again, there's always the possibility, like if you can figure out where that burner phone came from, you can go back to the cell phone records for that facility. Maybe he was buying a cell phone and he had his cell phone on him, assuming he was doing it himself. He didn't pay somebody to buy him a phone. But those are the kind of things they're probably tracking down right now. Is where is this? Where did this phone come from, or was it to throw him off the pace? Who knows? They did have a picture of him in Starbucks buying a thing of water and two power bars, and he didn't have any sunglasses on. So that was kind of a mistake. And let's talk about that. Here in the United States, they're pushing a thing, at least here in Illinois, you got to have what they call a real ID. And it's being pushed by the government, and you can't get on a plane. They're setting a date. They keep pushing it out, but they're setting a date where you can't get on an airplane in the United States unless you have a real ID. And they're not saying this, but I think what's happening behind the scenes when you get your picture taken for the real ID, they're loading that picture into a facial recognition system, an international or a USA nationwide facial recognition. So at some point when you go through TSA and you have your ID, they'll be able to match your face to the ID automatically. It won't be a person. It'll be a computer checking your facial recognition. And so this guy, who wherever he's from, if he's got a real ID, they probably, based on that picture in Starbucks, it's potential they could do some facial recognition on him and find a couple of suspects. So I'm just saying the James Bond in me. We got Conk here in the morning. He'd be a Brit. He'd be a Brit. We were just talking about the hit job in New York City yesterday. It was reminiscent of James Bond. Yeah, what do they call that? The M4 or something. What do they call those FBI agents in UK over there? I forget the name. Uh, yeah, you had to get so now they got your picture. They put that into a facial recognition system, my friend. They didn't tell you that part. They didn't tell you that part, but you got to have it to fly in the next couple of years. So yeah, yep, the MI6. There you go. I don't know. The guy didn't look right. The other thing that comes to mind is Russia, Russia, Russia. I don't know if he looked Russian or not, and why Russia would care about health care. I don't know. It's not going to be turned into a racist thing, I guess, because it's a white guy on white guy. Very few people care about white guy on white guy crime, so we got that going for us. Oh, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. You never know, Garrett. I mean, things can get pretty crazy here. We're not the January 20th yet, my friend. Man, it's as you guys mentioned, man, it's getting weird with the transgender stuff. The Supreme Court's hearing some Tennessee transgender uh, case, and that's sucking up a lot of oxygen. Joe Biden be heading back from Angola. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, why would they care? I don't. But this is kind of the stuff that Putin does. You know what I'm saying? Putin has poisoned people in the United States. A couple of years ago, he had some operatives in the United States, and they did go after some of his targets that he had that were in the United States at the time. Just so you know, I think it was in the Washington D.C. area where it all happened, and quickly they expelled these dissidents or these diplomats when they